What is going on, everybody? This could be it. This could be the year, the huge comeback. Things may be getting back to normal. Everything's been weird and different since the lockdown, but hopefully that all can change, at least with the theaters. Let's get into it. Make sure to hit the description down below. There's some fantastic resources for this wonderful comic book hobby, including online retailers, cleaning and pressing services, ABX comics and games if you want to set up a pool list. But today we're not talking comics as much as we are talking comic book movies and then some. Movies in general. I'm a huge fan, a huge advocate for theaters, for going to the theater, making plans, being excited for a movie, taking the family out, getting the overpriced drinks, the expensive popcorn, the merchandise to commemorate the occasion, and enjoying a movie in an atmosphere like no other. No matter what anyone says, I've heard it countless times. I can just watch that at home. You can never replicate the experience of going to a movie theater. You get the best out of a movie at a theater, not in your favorite chair, but in the recliner in the theater, or the nice comfy back chair in the theater, in a dark room with that. It's an atmosphere that can't be replicated anywhere but there. And I'm very, very excited for 2025. The past few years have been wild. Last year was dubbed the year of the flopbusters, with so many movies not hitting their mark. And it's just been not the same since the lockdown. But this could be the turning point for the movie theaters and the movie going experience as a whole. This year seems to be massive. And today we're going to talk about and focus on a very specific month, not just any month, the pivot month. We're looking at July. Lucky month number 7. But before we even get to July, we're going to have some massive releases along the way. We'll have Captain America 4 in February, which it's got a huge budget, but will it do good? Who knows? We've got Mission Impossible Final Reckoning in May, which is in my top 3 most anticipated films of 2025. And then on the other end of the year, we have probably what will end up being the biggest movie of the year with Avatar 3 Fire and Ash. I know people kind of scoff at it, but remember, all the scoffers who scoffed at number 2 watched the movie cross $2 billion. That's one of the strongest movie franchises in the history of cinema, with 1 and 2 being in the top 3 highest grossing movies of all time, I think. It's wild. I love me some Avatar. I'm really excited for that one. But right there in the middle of the year, 3 absolute juggernauts of films, 3 huge films will all be dropping in the same month. Now, leading up to this, we had these dates set, and I assumed somebody would probably shift or move the release date, because that tends to happen from time to time. But as of now, we have all 3 trailers for these out with the dates included in the trailer, and it looks like they're all going to compete for that top spot in July. And that's none other than Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman, and then last but not least, Fantastic Four. That's right. 3 mega movies from 3 different places. You got Universal with Jurassic Park, Warner Brothers DC Studios with Superman, and Disney Marvel with Fantastic Four, all dropping in the same month. People are looking at a whole new start with Jurassic World, with the next installment in a trilogy, a whole fresh start for a DC universe with Superman, and people are praying and hoping for something different and something new to get the bad taste of what's come in the past few years from Marvel out of their mouths with Fantastic Four. So people are really hoping for a lot, and it looks like these studios are attempting to deliver it all at the same time. This could potentially be the biggest month for movie theaters in years. You know, Barbenheimer was a huge deal when Barbie movie and Oppenheimer released and did that dual marketing thing just organically, and both of them did tremendously, with Barbie crossing $1 billion even. But will these movies actually help lift each other up, or will they kind of take money from each other? I know personally, me, my family, my tribe, we will be seeing all 3 of these. Now, I might not take the kids and everything out for Fantastic Four. My kids are huge with Jurassic Park. They love dinosaurs. The Superman is a family event, period. Like, for as long as Superman's been around, if Superman comes out, that's a team job right there. But Fantastic Four, I'll be checking out for certain. Pops and me, obviously, and if the wife's not working, she might want to come along. But definitely Jurassic World and Superman is a whole team thing going on. But let's take a look at some of these movies, and let's see if they have an uphill job to climb here. It's going to be It's going to be interesting. Let's kick it off with Jurassic World Rebirth. So this is, like I said, the start of an all-new trilogy. We have the Jurassic Park trilogy, the Jurassic World trilogy, and we're continuing with that name, but this one will be dubbed Rebirth, and it's going to be looking at a $265 million budget. I keep wanting to say 65 million years because that's how long it's been since the dinosaur has been gone. But this new one, we are looking at brand new cast led by Scarlett Johansson, tasked with going to this secret island. We're going back to basics a little bit here. We've done it all before, but we know what we're getting into with these Jurassic Park movies. You buy a ticket because you want to see dinosaurs, action, and just have fun. New dinosaurs, some of the biggest ones in recorded history with the Titanosaur as well as others, and then hopefully some that don't even exist. Big budget. They're going to have to do big things. The Jurassic World franchise was wildly successful with the dollars. Didn't have the greatest reviews, but people still went out and saw them every time. It's going to be directed by Gareth Edwards, who's also known for kicking off the MonsterVerse with Godzilla in 2014, as well as the best Disney Star Wars movie made by miles with Star Wars Rogue One. And he's dude, with him, you're guaranteed to get some of the most beautiful visuals. He's got an amazing eye for making movies. He's just good at it. And this shot right here is a perfect example of it, when you have the Mosasaur swimming around the boat with the Spinosauruses all circling around it. Like, that just sent me over the top. I was sold right from the get-go, and this put me over the top. So I can't wait to see what he brings to this franchise. Big name there. Then it's going to be releasing on July 2nd, and this was our first look at this creature, this mixed-up dinosaur of a sort that they didn't reveal quite yet, but our big monstrous thing. I cannot wait. So some people are like turned off by that, like, oh, more weird genetic hybrid DNA things. That's what Jurassic Park is. That's what it's always been. We're taking dino DNA, filling in the holes and bringing them back to life. But moving on to probably what I'm hoping is, and what I think will be, I'm really hoping it's good. The second biggest movie of the year is what I'm hoping for, behind Avatar, Superman. Now, this one's interesting. A reported $363 million budget. Now, I have that asterisk because it's contested by James Gunn. He says that that's not accurate, but he hasn't put out any other numbers. It's been reported all over the place by a bunch of different sources, outlets. People have talked about it. And if that's true, it makes it one of, if not the most expensive superhero movie to date. You'd have to look at Captain America 4 with an asterisk on that, too. It's got an insane inflated budget, upwards of 360 due to the circumstances, but big budget. I think they can pull it off. A lot of people are ready for this reboot. A lot of people are ready to see Superman. James Gunn has got a massive army behind him, but he also has a massive army of Snyder loyalists. I mean, Zack Snyder supports James Gunn, but a lot of Zack Snyder fans are just, I don't know, they're giving this movie hell. But James Gunn's, like I just said, he's got his ups and downs. He got some people that are for him, against him, but he's doing his James Gunn thing with this. It's got his style to it. It's got its look to it that we've seen familiar with stuff like Guardians. And he's also bringing in animals. I guess that's become a shtick now. So Crypto being in there seemed like it stole the show. A lot of people were big excited for that. So much so that the next trailer, anything we get for Superman, is supposed to be at the Puppy Bowl. If you're a channel member, you're seeing this video before the Super Bowl Puppy Bowl happened. If you're not, go back yesterday and check out the footage from that, because at the time of recording this, it's pre-Puppy Bowl. And this will be releasing on July 11th, 1 week after Jurassic Park. 1 week. So Jurassic Park is looking, it better have a huge opening, but it's looking like it could potentially have those massive second week drops over in the, probably in the 40 to 50 percentile drop from week 1 and 2. I can't imagine too many people go to the theater to pick up a ticket or look at what's playing and see Superman's playing and say, nah, let's go see the 7th Jurassic Park movie. I don't know. That's tough. That's tough. We get a little bit of a break between that and the next one with Fantastic Four. Now, this one, the trailer, I didn't do any feedback on the trailer really, except Sunday night during my live stream, but it didn't do much for me. It didn't make me dislike the movie. It didn't get me disinterested in the movie, but it didn't get me hyped for the movie. It was a big nothing burger in a lot of senses. It was cool seeing something opposed to having nothing, but it just really it didn't have that emotional punch like the Superman trailer did. It didn't have the hype like the Jurassic World trailer did. It didn't have that just mind blown from that brief behind the scene footage of Tom Cruise hanging upside down from an airplane by his hands that we just got. Those movies are really pushing their product. This Fantastic Four one really didn't seem like it did that. And I'm not sure who cut the trailer for him, but they're also not reporting the budget on this one, which isn't necessarily weird for Disney. I've watched these things closely from my vantage point. They seem to do a lot of weird bookkeeping stuff and crunching numbers and playing weird books. They don't just have a budget, report it, and work it. They just I don't know. So who knows what this budget could end up being if we'll even get an honest number to it. Typically these MCU movies go between anywhere to 200 to 250 anymore. And with this being a big project, 4 main cast members, big CGI effects, it could be right up there with what we're used to seeing. So we'll see. Pedro Pascal's a big name. Vanessa Kirby's definitely not a nobody. She's big in the Mission Impossible franchise as well. So they got some people they got to pay with this one. And the trailer did have some cool looking footage and some shoddy looking footage. The CGI never really bothers me, but a lot of people were commenting on the CGI of Ben Grimm when he was moving, and it just looked off. But we'll see. The director wise, I think they saved some money with this. Whoever Matt Shackman is, I looked up his credits. He's been on a couple little TV show here and there. This guy has no like big hits under his belt. This isn't like a established, well-known director. I don't know what they're doing. That's kind of par for the course with Disney Marvel anymore. That phase 1, they pulled names that people knew: Jon Favreau, Joe Johnston, Kenneth Branagh. You had people that were established and their name carried fan bases, and we're long since the days of that. So everyone's just kind of come in, work for a committee kind of thing. And that kind of gets me a little nervous for this film as well, that it'll be more of just the same stuff we're used to, just film made by corporate overlords. But we'll see. It releases on July 25th, and we'll also see the Fantastic Four for their 3rd iteration in live action, if you do not count the Roger Corman films, but I guess we got to. So this will be their 4th iteration in live action, plus we're getting Herbie this time. So that's pretty dope. We'll see how it plays out. It's got the cool aesthetics in the 1960s, otherworldly look to it. We'll see if this is on another world, if this is the start to a new franchise. Are we soft rebooting here? Is this our first step at rebooting the MCU? Are we going to burn it all down in Secret Wars like I wish we would and come back here? Or are we just going to do a one-off movie thing here and just nerf Galactus and go back to the status quo? I hope that's not the case. But all in all, these movies have so much potential to them that I really think people are going to get out. This could do so much for theaters. This can bring so many people in. So many are like limping through these days. Like the ones that we have here, they're nowhere near the volume of people that we would used to be seeing. And some of them just kind of just like, you see some stuff like going into disrepair, not like bad or anything in my area, but you'd notice the little things, when neon lights on the outside go out and they don't replace it, or when, they don't have the proper staff to keep like the floor from always being sticky and play. Like, it's just, you notice little things like that. It adds up over time. It's the broken window theory. You have the abandoned house and a window gets broken, you got to fix it, or it's just going to keep more stuff's going to get broken out of nowhere all of a sudden. But I hope this year is the polar opposite of last year. With these movies being huge, they're here, they're spread out, except for July, which is stacked. You got even more coming out. So hopefully, like between the Thunderbolts, Mission Impossible, Captain America, Avatar, and these 3 juggernauts right there in the middle of our summer, we have a lot to look forward to. Hopefully we end up enjoying a lot of it. Most importantly of all, I hope the theaters really make a huge comeback with this, because without them, like it's just straight to streaming garbage, guys. You got to get out and support these places. Go out, take selfies when you're there next to the poster, post them, tag these places, let them know that you're getting out there, encourage other people to do the same, invite your friends when you go. Let's make sure these places are here for a long time for us to enjoy for a long time. But that's going to do it for today. Be sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, hit that join button. Check out some of the little benefits from becoming a channel member. You get early access to videos, invitations to members-only live streams, as well as the people in the Legion tier get thrown on that channel member appreciation wheel for the Legionnaires. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Until the next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion. Boop, we out of here.